Well, Thomas Gravesen and Jan Vennegoor of Hesseling. There's one change in the side that beat Dunfermline last week, McGeady for Maloney.
Ben goes for his 4-2-3-1, but with another new central defence of Rodriguez and Papac, they'll have to click
subs. The Old Firm, just about. There were 60,000 inside Celtic Park. There are millions watching around the world. It is such a famous football fixture, and the Old Firm remain a star attraction. And these games remain unique occasions, really, Scott.
Yeah, they definitely are, and I completely agree with Ali McCoist in the studio that, you know, this game could be about, you know, the psychological advantage today. Rangers are coming here, still looking, as I said, for that balance, and this is not the kind of game that you really want to try and find it in. And I think for Celtic, they're at home, they've got fans right behind them. I think if they do win today, then they will go on because of the fact they're going to have that massive gap points-wise.
Well, Paul Le Guen brought his Lyon side here a couple of years ago in the Champions League and lost, but he did get the better of Celtic as a player in his Paris Saint-Germain days. In Glasgow's East End, but there's a pretty good chance they'll be outshouted. The first Old Firm clash of the season, as good as it got for them. In fact, they didn't even score in the other 4 encounters, and Celtic, of course, were runaway champions. As usual, the atmosphere is awesome inside Celtic Park. Barry Ferguson and Neil Lennon at the front of the queue. They first met 118 years ago in a friendly. Yes, a friendly. There's been nothing too friendly about it all since. A remarkable rivalry renewed, and as rivalries go, it doesn't get much more intense than this. 2 clubs, 1 city, one heck of a match next.
The strains of You'll Never Walk Alone. Pre-kick-off at Celtic Park. There's nothing quite like this. The Old Firm feeling. The first of the season. You'll hear from Scott Booth, and you'll hear from match commentator Ian Crocker.
Thank you, Rob. Have a quick pause for breath. You may not get another chance for quite a while. 90 minutes of mayhem. Start here. The Old Firm are at each other again. And here's Charlie Adam making his debut in this grand occasion. You weren't thinking of walking alone, were you? On Old Firm Day in Glasgow.
You can see that Charlie Adams not sitting right out wide. He's tucked in quite considerably to help out that midfield.
Ferguson trying to release Boyd then.
Burke, of course, he'll be given the more forward freedom. He did start wider on the right-hand side. Fantastic sight to see that. The green and white.
Dougie McDonald is the man in charge today. His second Old Firm game. He was also the man in the middle for the Old Firm opener last season. Gary Caldwell aims it towards Jan Vennegoor of Hesseling. Aidan McGeady shaking off Ferguson, who shows his hunger straight away. He does know what these games are all about, and he would have been telling his teammates.
Yeah, he's going to be absolutely vital for Rangers today. He's definitely one player that we know has real character, and that's what these games are about.
McGeady. Always skipped past Hutton, and Rodriguez came across to block him.
I said earlier it's going to be fascinating to see McGeady against Hutton. I think that's 1-0 at the moment for McGeady in that battle.
Shunsuke Nakamura will take this corner. McManus and Caldwell join Vennegoor of Hesselink, and Gravison and Miller in there. Nakamura delivers. It was actually Charlie Adam who steered it away initially. Neil Lennon. Free kick, Celtic.
There's Chris Boyd just showing that he is a team player, getting back, doing his defensive duties. But it's a free kick in a dangerous area already.
A positive start from the champions, from Celtic. But McManus always a threat in these set pieces. Nakamura. Gary Caldwell's going to knock that back into the danger zone. Miller. And it's collected by McGregor, who got a whack from Vennegoor of Hesselink. And he's going to get a warning, the Dutch striker.
I'm not surprised. He was late on McGregor. There's a deeper ball in this time from Nakamura. It's a good cutback from Caldwell. Miller trying to get on the end of things. And Vennegoor just coming in with the late bump.
It's Alan McGregor's first Old Firm game, and he's done well lately in the absence of the injured Lionel Letizi. Boyd helping that on for Perso. Chris Boyd again. Important challenge from Gary Caldwell. Another playing in his first Old Firm match, although he did participate in a few Edinburgh derbies.
And it's two players that really play well together, Perso and Boyd linking up already. Good tackle from Caldwell. Getting across the cover, just getting enough on it.
Nakamura. Offside, Kenny Miller, who spent 18 months at Rangers and who played in 2 Old Firm games for them. Still looking for his first goal for Celtic. Gordon Strachan wouldn't mind it coming today in this colossal game.
It's going to be massive for Rangers, certainly in the central defensive area against Miller today. With Rodriguez maybe not 100% fit, and Papac very inexperienced in that Rangers side.
Offside against Vennegoor of Hesselink by some distance. Paul Le Guen suffered his first defeat last week at Hibs. The last 5 managers of Rangers have avoided defeat in their first Old Firm game. He'll want to keep that run going. Perso. McManus for Naylor, who wasn't about to hang about with Chris Burt nearby. Gravison, a veteran of Merseyside derbies. But he came to watch an Old Firm game a couple of years ago and was enthralled by it. Perso now for Burke, stopped by Naylor.
You have to say, Ian, the Rangers have started well, closing down very, very quickly, trying to stop Celtic from playing out of the back, which most teams have found difficult this season.
Alan Hutton's long throw. McManus meets it. Kendani for Hutton again. Boritz keeping his eye on that, challenged by Chris Boyd. It was always going to be the keeper's ball. Paul Telfer continuing in that right back role. Mark Wilson sorely missed, out injured at the moment. McGeady having a run at Hutton again. Rodriguez stopped it going through to Vennegoor of Hesselink. Hutton wasn't ready for that from Hendami. Naylor. Charlie Adam giving Chris Boyd something to chase, but it'll carry through to Boritz.
I think the reason why Charlie Adam has tucked in from the left-hand side is he's been given the role to close down Lennon as much as possible, because that is where Celtic start things, to get him on the ball.
his 15 visits to Celtic Park. Burke. Won back by McGeady. Kenny Miller chasing this. He's in! And he's lifted it over, and that would have been some story.
That's good play from Celtic, and that's going to be the ball today over the top for Kenny Miller. He gets on the end of it. Papac couldn't live with his pace. Just looking for a little bit more composure. Got to say that's a great chance for a man of his capabilities.
Dado Perso returning from injury. Charlie Adam for Barry Ferguson. Perso. Charlie Adam.
That's what Perso does well, cuts inside from the left. Feeds Adam. Adam could have tried to play it onto the right side where Alan Hutton was completely unmarked. Chose to have a strike at it. Not too bad a thing early doors in a game like this.
Celtic 4 points clear of Rangers at the moment. The Miller Ibrox won't want to see that gap extended to 7 points, even at this stage of the season. Booted high by Venegor of Hesselink. It's going to come to Nakamura, and Sasa Papac won it well. Chris Boyd occupied by McManus, who stops the corner.
What a vital challenge that was from Papac. If Nakamura gets in there, it's 2-on-1.
Hutton has found the right place to take this throw. Dado Perso, the target, it skipped off Neil Lennon and booted behind by Caldwell.
This will do his confidence a lot of good. Timing of the tackle, excellent.
Charlie Adam with the corner. He always sends in a decent one. Was in the team at the start of the season, Charlie Adam, and returning to the team today. Chris Boyce lost his way. Nakamura and Lennon conspire to clear for Celtic. Gravison now for McGeady. Naylor supporting. Naylor up towards his former teammate at Wolves, Kenny Miller. Teammates together now at Celtic.
It was a fantastic cross-field pass from Gravison. And McGeady, who started brightly, always involved at the moment. You can quite clearly see that that is the ball that Celtic want to play today, to try and drag the central defence of Rangers all over.
Dado Perso flicked it on, and Chris Boyd trying to get in, but McManus was sharp. Nakamura. Lennon. Gravison. Releasing McGeady. Might need some help from Lee Naylor. Nakamura. Neil Lennon. Gravison threads it through offside. Venegor and Hesselink, but it carried to McGregor anyway.
Yeah, it was offside. It's the right idea from Gravison, trying to thread that pass through. Venegor of Hesselink just had to check his run a yard or two.
Perso won that. McManus halting Boyd again. Charlie Adam. It's gone out. It'll be, I think, free kick's going to be given rather than a throw. Free kick to Rangers.
misses from the late challenge from Telfer, but I don't see anything wrong with that at all.
Well, Rangers have a free kick out of it. Charlie Adam will take it. It's enticing. One-handed from Boritz. Back by Hutton. Out by Venegor of Hesselen. Robinson, no options ahead of him just yet, but there might be now. Nagidi sidestepping Smith and slipping Nakamura in. And Nakamura fouled by Charlie Adam.
What a chance this was if McGeady just plays the pass an extra 2 or 3 yards in front of Nakamura. He gets there and possibly could get a shot on goal, but had to check back inside.
Nakamura floats it in. Venegor of Hesselen went for it. It was closely watched. Boritz bangs it back towards Venegor of Hesselen and Kenny Miller. Here's Paul Telfer. Telfer's cross, very decent. McGeady went for it and so did Hutton. It's going to be a corner for Celtic.
They were queuing up there at the back post. McGeady, Gravison. McGeady just can't quite get there.
Almost a quarter of an hour played in the first frantic Old Firm game of the season. Nakamura's corner, and McGregor taking no chances. It was swinging right in towards him.
Fantastic delivery, done at pace, as we expect now from Nakamura.
Just look how many are around McGregor there in that 6-yard box. It's busy. Nakamura. Gravison was at the near post, but it's Hendani who sent it back to Nakamura. Hendani there again to screen McGeady's centre. Chris Burke on his own at the moment. And Lee Naylor is fouled by Burke, who had a rather wild kick it in there.
Initially it's great play by Burke, he managed to get Rangers out. And Naylor also doing well to track him back, and just at the end, but tries to just hook it clear of Naylor, but made a foul instead. And I think that it's going to be important for Rangers today that they do have players like that that can pick the ball up in areas and drive into the corners and give the defence a breather.
Kenny Miller. McGregor came a very long way, collided with Miller, but got the ball.
And Miller's entitled to go for this one. It is high. Doesn't put his foot too high up in McGregor. Good goalkeeping.
Rodriguez commanding there. Another throw for Telfer. Shorter this time to Nakamura. Also intervenes. Boyd. Naylor, who has settled in well at Celtic. Celtic seeking their 4th successive victory in the SPL. So getting into their stride. Not quite the case with Rangers yet, though. Played off the park by Hibbs last week. Miller. And then always available. Gravison. Celtic just shading the possession. Naylor straight through to McGregor.
It's been a lively start from both sides. Celtic just settling the better at the moment.
On by Perso. Caldwell looked like he was grabbing hold of Boyd then, and Dougie McDonald thought so as well.
Caldwell was lucky here not to be booked. Grabbing hold of Boyd's shirt, otherwise he is through. In my mind, a very lucky man. You can see what Le Guen thought of that.
Charlie Adam sizing this one up on his Old Firm debut. The whistle just wide, but not that far wide. It certainly had Boric scrambling.
Well, it had Boric scrambling because Boric was still trying to organise his defence at this point. He was caught unawares. I think that if it had been inside the post, it would be 1-0 Rangers.
Boric's kick ends up with Perso. Heading straight back towards Boric's goal now. Tougher to dig this one out. In fact, he's done a bit more than that. McGeady. Kenny Miller's away to his right, and that's where it's going. Miller. And it's off Papac for a corner.
That's got to be a worrying sign for Le Guen. Pass to nothing that ends far too easily with McGeady. Expecting Miller to put in a better cross on that occasion. That's going to worry Le Guen. So easily picked up by McGeady in a dangerous area. He was able to drive in the heart of the Rangers' defence.
Nakamura's corner. Cleared by Hemdani, and now Ferguson. Oh, he's given Nakamura another chance. Beaten away by McGregor. Celtic aiming to pile on the pressure. With 20 minutes gone in the Old Firm game. Stephen Smith got the better of Nakamura. Adam charging away, and McManus with an important stop. Otherwise, Chris Boyd may well have been in.
I think he may also have drifted into an offside position.
Offside against Celtic. Miller furious.
This is what Nakamura does well. He comes in from the right side. Can strike with both feet, but his left is quite clearly the better, and McGregor doing well just to block it.
Rodriguez. Flipped on by Boyd. Naylor for Gravison. Now McGeady. Checked away from Hemdani, not once but twice. Crowd pleaser. Go to McGeady. Still young though, there's a lot more to come. Kenny Miller can get a word of warning.
It's absolutely frantic, but one man that can play very well when it is frantic. Gets the pace a notch up from that as well as Aidan McGeady. Fantastic skill.
Miller got a ticking off for that. Rodriguez.
Celtic just looked to have taken a strong hold in midfield at the moment. Gravison starting to control things, McGeady getting on the ball very easily.
Perso. Smith. Boyd. Caldwell with him. Naylor. Mistake from Naylor. Adam. Celtic's throw.
It was a mistake from Naylor, but he was looking for Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink just to come out so the ball could be played down the channel. Vennegoor of Hesselink just stayed in the middle and it made it difficult for Naylor. He had to try and play a clever pass. I think one thing that Paul Le Guen will be happy with at the moment is the commitment shown by the Rangers players, far better than last week against Hibs.
Boyd, Perso, who'd won it back. Naylor had to be careful with his challenge. And Caldwell tipped Boyd to it. McGeady, Lennon, Gravison, Nakamura, Telfer. Miller challenged by Ferguson. Vennegoor of Hesselink! Decent stop from McGregor. Celtic sniffing a possible goal. Naylor. McGeady. Away by Rodriguez. Well, McGeady lunging in on Alan Hutton, and Dougie McDonnell will want a word with him.
Yeah, and it's a late tackle from McGeady. Just coming across and catching Hutton. The Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink strike came out of nowhere, and that's a great save from McGregor. Couldn't have expected it. The ball's dipping, it's going in the far corner, and he gets down well.
Gordon Strachan finding plenty to write about. Always the case in an Old Firm game. Gameful challenge by Miller on Papac, and the beneficiary is Vennegoor Hesselink, but Rodriguez with a timely tackle. Smith, some ball that's turned into for Perso. He's not quite going to get to it though. Well, later you can choose your man of the match, and if you pick the same as we do, and you're picked out as the winner, you get a signed shirt from the man of the match himself. Bank of Scotland man of the match coming later.
I think a feature so far in is that the Rangers central defence have had to make 2 or 3 last-ditch tackles already. They've done that well, but Le Guen won't want that too much. The Celtic strikers are one-on-one attacking McGregor.
Nakamura. Telfer outside of him. Neil Lennon inside of him. Caldwell. Naylor. Kenny Miller would have been offside then. Gordon Strachan won the title and the League Cup in his first season in charge. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Bobo Balde on the bench for Celtic and putting pressure on Caldwell and McManus to keep doing the business. Telfer was going to leave that for Boric, no chance. Not with Charlie Adam breathing down the back of his shirt. Dado Perso. Celtic's throw.
Rangers have tried
It's a free kick, I think, for Rangers.
the Rangers have tried the aerial pass down the central defensive area of Celtic 1 or 2 times already in this game. They obviously fancy Boyd and Peugeot against the Celtic central defence.
Well, Rangers weren't even expecting a free kick for that. But they have one. Charlie Adam sends it in. And Chris Boyd in there.
So a great ball in with real pace on it. Boyd trying to get on the end of it.
Chris Boyd has never scored against Celtic, scored against everyone else, mind you. And he could put that right today. Well, coming later, you can watch Sept Sports 1 for free. Free to view Saturday from 5 o'clock, including a roundup of all the day's SPL action. And then tomorrow we're off to Pittodrie for Aberdeen against Hearts. That's from 1 on Sept Sports 1. Paul Telfer.
Game has cooled down ever so slightly. I think the Rangers will be looking at their start and I think they'll be quite satisfied after almost 30 minutes. Still 0-0.
Rodriguez. Aim towards Persaud. Telfer keeping him busy. Goal kick. Paul Telfer, much maligned by some Celtic fans, but not by Gordon Strachan, who had him as a player at Coventry and at Southampton, and now at Celtic. Only in the side because Mark Wilson is out for a few weeks for the broken bone in his foot. Coming up to the half-hour mark, Celtic 0, Rangers 0 in the opening Old Firm encounter of the season. Thompson and Adam Virgo. Watch those watching here. Thompson barely involved in the first team these days. Rodriguez. Hutton given an Old Firm reprieve after Bill Barnsley's red card last week. Persaud knocking that back. Nakamura seemed remarkably calm. Smith, fouled by Venagora. Hesselink grabbed hold of Smith. Hutton. And Hutton hurt as McGeady challenged him. Hutton has stayed down. Just getting to his feet now, mind you, but as he got to his feet, Rodriguez took the ball out.
And it's the second occasion McGeady's come in quite heavily on Hutton. I think his knee just catches the hip.
Hutton's okay, and Kenny Miller gives it back to Rangers. Boyd went up with McManus and won it. Persaud and Charlie Adam. No handball. Lennon, and no flag here as Venagor of Hesselink sets it up for McGeady. Hamdani's going to win that back. Careless from Hutton. Very dangerous. Gravison. It's off Hutton for a corner.
It was great working back from Miller to steal the ball again and allow Gravison to attack.
Can Celtic make one of these corners count? It's the man from Japan, Shinsuke Nakamura. Ferguson, who's lost it to Lennon. Gravison. Nakamura still on this side, having taken the corner. Stevie Smith clears it. Lennon. Nakamura. Benagora Hesseling. Far post. Henry Miller. Telfer. Lennon. McGeady! Terrific save! But Thomas Gravison puts it in! Gravison marks his Old Firm debut with a goal! And Celtic lead Rangers! Well, McGregor tried his best.
This has been bothering Rangers since the start. Quality ball into the box. They haven't looked comfortable. McGeady gets on the end of it this time. And McGregor, it's a great save. But out of luck. Gravison following up. Clear the defence of Rangers. Two players clearly unmarked. The first header and Gravison with no one anywhere near him. The easiest goal he'll score all season.
Well, it was probably going in, but Gravison has taken the goal off McGeady. McGregor perhaps deserved better for his initial save. But Thomas Gravison guilty of those two errors against Manchester United in the Champions League has just gone and made up for it by giving Celtic the advantage in this Old Firm showdown.
And it has to be said, he has started the game fantastically well today. Celtic have looked dangerous, but the cross have been coming in. Rangers centrally still don't look the finished article.
The Celtic fans are buzzing.
It's been the one thing, Ian, that they have struggled with, Rangers picking up when the ball's coming in. Svensson's been guilty of it as well. And now today, you have to look centrally again.
What a chance for Rangers to hit back. Charlie Adam with his free kick. Rodriguez. Burt. Hutton. Hutton's cross, Boruc will claim it.
It's up to Rangers now to steady the ship. Try and get a foot on the ball and play some football and get themselves back into this game.
Offside against Benagora Hesseling.
Celtic are so lively going forward. Benagora Hesseling in there, the physical ability, and Miller with his pace and his movement, Nakamura and McGeady with their vision and touch, and Gravison, the powerhouse, coming through from midfield.
Here's Burke. Taking on Naylor, got the better of him as well. Some cross and some defending from Gary Caldwell to make sure that Boyd couldn't get a look in.
Just outstanding play from Chris Burke.
Hendani won it back. Dado Perso now. Smith. Burke, shadowed by Caldwell. Celtic have arisen to the challenge. A considerable challenge an Old Firm game provides. McGeady, who nearly scored. Telfer. Nakamura. Miller. He's been dumped on the ground, Kenny Miller, but Celtic still have it. Nakamura and Lennon. Hutton has time on his hands and at his feet. Burke. Rangers are going to have to do something they haven't managed to do in the last 4 Old Firm games. Score. Ferguson. Burke. Adam. Oh, he's got away from McManus. Crowded out though by Naylor and in particular Lennon, who gets the free kick to Celtic. Typical of the man, and he's on the top of the Rangers fans down there.
But if Rangers do have a chink of light at the moment, it's coming through Chris Burke, linking up on this occasion with Charlie Adam. A few minutes ago, he went down the right-hand side, skinned Naylor, sending a fantastic ball, and you're just looking for Chris Boyd on that occasion to get across Caldwell. Here's the goal. Unmarked McGeady. Gravison, it was going in, but he made sure. Lennon just looks up, throws the ball in, and there's no one marking. And it's just far too easy for Celtic to score there from Le Guen's point of view.
Thomas Gravison came to watch an Old Firm game a few years ago. Now he's scored in one. Here's Kenny Miller. Nakamura. Celtic looking for a second goal. McGeady! Well, he nearly scored the first, and he nearly got one there.
The Rangers are now in danger of being run ragged. Miller again, his pace and movement causing problems. Cuts it back, you think Nakamura's going to hit it first time, doesn't. Sets up McGeady, checks inside. He's going for that back corner. I think he has McGregor beaten if it dips. Just doesn't quite get down quick enough.
Inside the last 5 minutes of the first half. Later you can vote for your Bank of Scotland man of the match by ringing the appropriate number, and if you're picked out as the winner, you'll get a signed shirt from the man of the match himself. Hutton. Ferguson. What Rangers would give for a reply before half-time. Boyd in there. And ball shout from the Rangers fans.
Caldwell's having a great game at the moment at the heart of defence. Just does enough to put Charlie Adam off. There is a shout for handball there. I'd like to see that one again.
Charlie Adam had got himself into a very decent position.
That was encouraging play from Rangers. On this occasion, they both go up. It's Charlie Adams' hand first, and then Caldwell. Both players with only one thing in mind, and that's the ball.
Paul Le Guen with plenty to ponder. Celtic the stronger side, and a goal to the good. Gravison, who got the goal. Miller, who was involved in the build-up. Charlie Adam. Stopped in his tracks by a terrific tackle from McManus. Here's Dado Perso. Ferguson. Gravison able to feed Nakamura. Perso took a tumble then, but he's okay. Rodriguez coming across to sort out Kenny Miller. I don't think that's quite what McGregor had in mind. Half-time fast approaching in Glasgow's East End. Miller and Papac in a corner. Goal kick.
Yeah, it's been a fascinating first half. Gordon Strachan, obviously the happier of the two managers. But Rangers are still in this game. In recent weeks we have seen that one goal is never enough. Strachan will know that. And Rangers will have a chance to go in at half-time and regroup. I think it's going to be important that Rangers do get to grips that little bit more in the central part of midfield. Get Barry Ferguson on the ball in a creative sense, more than just a defensive sense.
Venegor of Hessele. McGeady. Naylor. It's half-time. It's 1-0 to the champions. Thomas Gravison scoring from an inch out. McGeady's header. Great reflexes from McGregor, but there was Gravison to pounce. A sweet moment for him after those Old Trafford errors. We'll hear what Ali
against Hearts. That was a particularly good performance from him, and they won that game 2-0, and it wouldn't surprise me, as I say, to see Le Guin bring on the two wide men.
And Craig, Celtic have now got the momentum, they've got the lead, and they just want to maintain what they've got, really.
Well, they want to play the same way as they played in the first half. At times they allowed Rangers to come on to them, and then they sort of hit them in the counter, and they attacked in threes and fours, and they broke well, they passed it well. Gravison and Lennon dominated in midfield. Himdani and Ferguson really have to get a grip in there, especially Himdani. I didn't really see him at all in the first half. We know Fergie's chasing his fitness, so you know, if Celtic get that second goal, it's going to be very difficult for Rangers to get back in this game.
Thomas Gravison, one Old Firm game, one Old Firm goal. 1-0 Celtic at half-time. Here's the second half with Scott Booth and Ian Crocker.
Cheers, Rob. They have 91 league titles between them. They have 194 major trophies between them. They are Celtic and Rangers, two of the biggest clubs in the world. Here we go with the second half. Now is the time for Rangers to stand up and be counted, because they could fall 7 points behind Celtic if they lose here.
Yeah, and straight off, there's no real visible changes by Paul Le Guin as far as his formation is concerned. I'm sure that Gordon Strachan will just be saying more of the same. But it is up to Rangers now to make this game, to go out and attack and try and get something out of it.
Nearly 7 hours of football have passed, with Rangers failing to score against Celtic. They need to change that. Chris Burke, right at the start of the second half, sets up Barry Ferguson, and it's Neil Lennon to block it, but here's Hutton. Hemdani's got room. Ferguson holding off Lennon. Hemdani. It hit Gravison, and it's cleared by Naylor. Rodriguez presenting it to McGeady. He's obstructed by Hemdani.
I'm sure that Rangers will be hoping that that's a feature of the second half. Barry Ferguson inside Celtic's box with his back to goal, taking the ball in and hoping that players do run off of him, and that's something that didn't happen in the first half. Maybe be slightly more positive from Le Guen.
Vennegoor of Hesselink for Nakamura. Neil Lennon. Manus. Overhead from Hutton. Burke holding off Naylor. Manus with a firm header. It's bounced off Hemdani. Gravison and Lennon commanding again in that area.
Completely agree with the boys in the studio about Hutton. He does need help in that area. I think it's because of the two central midfield players of Rangers on his side. He doesn't have Adam checking back in, so there is space in front of him all the time, and that's exactly what McGeady wants. He wants to pick the ball up in space and have a chance to run at him.
Rangers have lost on 8 of their last 10 visits to Celtic Park, and it's always so very hard to take. Sasha Papac for Brahim Hemdani. Burke. Hemdani. Seeking out Smith. Cut out though by Nakamura. Verso steps in. Charlie Adam. Smith. Terso stumbling. And that allowed Caldwell to clear. And Vennegoor of Hesselink gave Papac a right whack there, and it's going to be the first yellow card of this Old Firm game for Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink. It might take Dougie McDonald quite a while to write his name in the book.
Yeah, but I think that was a correct decision. Just comes through very late, catching Papac. It's a good start in the second half for Rangers, very positive.
Got to wait because Dougie's still writing the name out. He'll be back with us in 5 minutes. Smith's free kick. Well, Rangers fortunate to get the throw off Nakamura. Smith. So strong. Roddick's able to collect. McGeady lively in that first half. But then he's lively most of the time, to be fair. Miller for Nakamura. Could have a pop here. Suzuki Nakamura, it was fizzing.
That's exactly what Craig Burley was saying in the studio as well. You have to be closing down. Rangers are not closing down that area. It's a ball that just easily switched from one side to the next. Nakamura picks it up, he checks inside. He's got overlap, full back from Telfer. Stephen Smith's left with really no choice but to try and hold him off as long as possible. That's going to cause Rangers all sorts of problems.
Rangers yet to manage an effort on target. Celtic have had a few. Nakamura, who scored memorable goals against Kilmarnock and Manchester United. Wide of the mark that time. McManus for Naylor. Chris Burke, the victim there. Gravison. Telfer. Nakamura. Paul Telfer's cross. Foul given against Boyd for grabbing hold of Caldwell's shirt.
By all accounts, Rangers still have that look of searching, and Celtic have a look of being at ease with each other. But Rangers, and for Paul Le Guen, it is positive when you look to the bench. A very positive bench in Sionko, Buffel, Martin and Sable.
Caldwell's free kick. Hutton. Chris Burt trying to keep it going. Hutton will surely get a yellow card for that lunge. He does.
Yeah, just Alan Hutton, frustrated. He'd just gone forward and played well to get down the right-hand side. Looked up and there was no one for him to pass the ball to. They lose possession and it's a reckless challenge.
Saw one for Neil Lennon, and Alan Hutton joins Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink in the book.
But it's vital for Rangers if they do get their full-backs forward. They have options when they get there. When they look up, there has to be midfield runners trying to get in behind, and at the moment that's not happening.
Naylor launching it, but McGregor won't be challenged. Perso helps it on, but Lennon and Gravison involved again. Gravison, not one for giving it up.
Oh, he's having a fantastic game. He drifts into intelligent areas, he picks the ball up, he looks like he has time on the ball, and to have time on the ball, or even look like it in a game like this, has the mark of class.
A wayward header from Naylor.
Exactly what I mean. 3-4 Rangers players round him, he still managed to get himself on the ball, keeps possession for Celtic. And as I said, in a game like this, you really do have to keep possession, he knows that.
Hemdani. Gravison poked a toe in. McManus comes back to Hemdani. Hemdani. Sasha Papac, the third arrival from Austria Vienna for Rangers. Charlie Adam and Neil Lennon cut across to stop him going any further and to stop the ball going any further.
He's also having a good game. The centre of midfield for Celtic. All the hidden work, closing people down, getting on the ball and making passes.
It's a foul by Adam on Vennegoor of Hesselink. The shortest name and the longest name.
More like a rugby tackle on that occasion. Clear foul.
Thomas Gravison, when he was putting himself about, hurt his hand a few minutes ago. And they're just checking that out. Ten minutes gone in the second half. Celtic leading through Thomas Gravison's close range goal. In fact, it couldn't be much closer range than it was. Telfer with that throw. Boyd. Perso. Sidestep McManus. Ferguson's making a run through the middle. If he spots him, he has spotted him. And Boritz out sharp and needed to be. And Kenny Miller's onside as it switches from one end to the other. Nakamura will have Telfer joining him. Telfer's cross is poor though, and it's met by Papac. Charlie Adam charged in on Gravison. Here's Nakamura though. Oh, he's threaded offside. Flag up against Vennegoor of Hesselink.
Again, the Celtic strikers just trying to play on the shoulder of the Rangers central defence, but he did go too early and it is offsides. And this is the attack from Rangers. It's great play from Plichot. Barry Ferguson, who is playing further forward in the second half, making a late run. You just maybe think that if he had maybe 1 or 2 more games under his belt, he may have got there. It's positive from Rangers.
Wasted very high by Caldwell. Not great distance on it. Knocked back by Ferguson. Well, later you can vote for your man of the match by ringing the appropriate number, whether you're in the UK or the Republic of Ireland. And if you pick the same man as Scott Boob does, and you're picked out as the winner, you get a signed shirt. Bank of Scotland man of the match competition. Miller chasing this. Nobody in the middle as yet. Rodriguez has made the challenge anyway, but he's going to get a free kick off Miller.
It's good defending from Rodriguez. Careless header back from Charlie Adam. I think what will please Paul Le Guen and not please Paul Le Guen is the fact that McGeady isn't in the game so much in the second half, and that's to do with the fact that Burke is checking back, but Burke himself, from a positive point of view, also isn't in it too much.
He's trying to get in it now, but Lee Naylor is with him.
Just having to work that bit harder from a defensive point of view, Burke.
Mdani. Ferguson. Hutton's cross was pretty poor. And Venegora Hesselink has got a throw.
Barry Ferguson not at all happy with Hutton. Got himself in a good area, wide. I think Barry Ferguson wanted the ball played in early. Hutton just delayed that bit too long, and then played a careless cross in and gave possession away.
Mdani. Gravison charging around. Rangers are going to bring on Libor Sionko shortly. Gravison all action, but Perso giving him a taste of his own medicine. That's typical of Dado Perso. And he's got the free kick, tripped by McManus, edge of area.
Fantastic play from Plichot, picks up in midfield, steals it from Gravison, has the strength to go forward, driving at the heart of the Celtic defence, causes McManus just to lunge slightly. He's looking for the left foot shot at this stage. Maybe I went down that bit too easy and a little bit late as well. I think that's what McManus wasn't happy about. But initially, fantastic play from Plichot.
Well, Celtic were furious. And it is a free kick in a very promising position for Rangers. 60 minutes played, and a key moment in the match here.
It is a key moment because they're not free-flowing Rangers. It's a dead ball just outside the box, maybe a little bit too central for Ferguson, but I'm sure that he will try at least to hit the target from this area.
Barry Ferguson scored on the free kick in the 2002 Scottish Cup final, that 3-2 win for Rangers. It's he and Charlie Adam standing over it. Here it comes from Barry Ferguson, and the wall does its job, and it's snapped back in by Smith, but Celtic not too troubled.
Wasn't delivered at all well by Barry Ferguson. I think he's going the wrong side. If you looked at Boric, Boric's a couple of foot off his line.
This is interesting. Alan Hutton is coming off, and he's going to be replaced by Libor Sionko. Hutton on a yellow card. On comes Sionko, who hasn't quite got his Rangers career going just yet, and there's been a bit of a rejig, Scott.
Yeah, at the moment it looks like you have a 4-4-2, I think, with Sionko going in at the moment at the right back position. It's a real strange one, with Danny dropping into central defence.
Berg seems to have put his shoulder out there. He stays down, and McGeady's heading towards goal. He's going to be muscled out of it, but well, Chris Burke's just about got up, but he's in agony with his shoulder at the moment, by the look of it. They might need to give Burke a bit of treatment.
Burke just trying to drive forward, checks back in. It's pretty innocuous. I think McGeady was just dragging his shoulder slightly.
Rodriguez underneath this, and Darney now alongside him at the back.
I think what we have here is a back three from Rangers, trying to get Clement as a wing, right wing back, and Smith as the left wing back. But they'll also have to tuck in and do their defensive duties.
Stevie Smith unable to rescue that. There's more movement on the Rangers bench. Lee Martin is going to come on to add some zip and to stick a few crosses in. Looks like Chris Burke will have to come off with that injury. Ferguson now, and here's Chris Boyd. It's opened up for Boyd, but it never really settled for him. Still a great chance though.
It was a great chance initially. Brilliant play from Barry Ferguson. The correct weight on the pass. I thought that Boyd had just lost it. He hadn't. Managed to turn himself inside out, but get it on his right foot. In that situation, you're looking for him to hit the target.
Well, Chris Burke has clearly hurt his arm, and that's a concern for Rangers. Had his injury problems already this season. He's going to be replaced by Lee Martin.
Yeah, I think McGeady's had a hold of his arm, and it looks like he's tweaked his shoulder.
Lee Martin played for Manchester United here pre-season and impressed. Paul Le Guen was at that game and brought him to Rangers on loan. Martin was a winner that day with Man U. It's going to take some doing to be a winner again today with the Rangers.
Le Guen is quite clearly trying to flood the midfield and try and win that battle now in the second half. They'll be hoping that Martin can use his pace down the left channel and Sionko on the right. But they've gone to a back three, and it's an unfamiliar back three, inexperienced.
Charlie Adam now in towards Boyd, who was being held very closely, but the free kick has gone the other way. In fact, it's gone in Caldwell's favour.
You have to say it's good defending from Caldwell. Both players tugging at each other a little bit, and you can see what Chris Boyd's trying to do. He's just trying to turn Caldwell and snap his left foot across it. Le Guen thinks it was a foul. I think it's good defending. Both Caldwell and McManus have played very well at the heart of the Celtic defence today.
Ferguson now is going to help it on to Sionko. One of the three signings from Austria Vienna. Turso's going to get a free kick off Naylor.
shows who's involved in everything today for Rangers. Winning a free kick in a dangerous area.
He's involved now, Dado Persa. But Neil Lennon cleared that. Smith. Martin trying to get into the game. Capable of a trick or two. And he gets a free kick in useful territory.
This is good stuff from Rangers. We're going to be looking for Martin to do this more often, come in from the left-hand side.
Charlie Adam. Turned out by Caldwell. Sionko back in. And it's come off Caldwell for a corner, and it's a little nervy now for Celtic.
It's just as well Caldwell did intercept that, because Papac is free at the back post here.
Rangers gagging for an equaliser. Charlie Adam takes it. Telfer at the near post. Rodriguez is still up there. Sionko. Adam. Ambitious from there. Sionko, offside. Possibly against more than one. And Celtic are going to make a change. It's going to be a rare appearance for the young Dutchman Evander Snow, who is primarily a holding midfielder, although can play in just about any position, and did in fact last season when he was on loan at Breda in Holland.
I think that Gordon Strachan is looking at the fact that Rangers have flooded that midfield. Some fresh legs in there. Played well in midweek.
Naylor. It's a foul by Naylor on Sionko. Naylor played in a few Black Country derbies for Wolves against West Brom, which can be pretty fierce, but nothing is quite as fierce as the Old Firm. Lee Martin. Barry Ferguson. Smith. Martin. Made room for the cross. Papac had got himself in there, and he's going to stay up there and abouts. Martin. On by Adam. Perso. Charlie Adam. And Caldwell. It's been pretty immense today. Gravison. Can't keep it going.
It's good defending from Rodriguez.
And Barry Ferguson has pulled up with the problem for Rangers. Ferguson is struggling, but Rangers are on the attack with Lee Martin. And Neil Lennon gets stuck in. And there was a late one there from Lee Martin, which is going to bring a yellow card for the on-loan Man U man.
A little bit overzealous from Martin, showing his studs. I think it could be all over for Barry Ferguson today, because he punched the ground in disgust. I think he feels that his day is all over.
Yes, Barry Ferguson clearly struggling. He's made a signal to the bench. Just returned, of course, from injury. Does not look too comfortable, but it's Celtic who are going to be making a change here, with Evander Snow coming on in place of Nakamura. Snow, just 19 years of age, started his career at Ajax, where he probably learnt a fair bit, and then moved to Feyenoord.
Yeah, Nakamura hasn't been too influential in this game. Had a good first half, but the second half has gone very quiet. So Celtic just shoring up the midfield a little bit.
Barry Ferguson is battling on for now. Sionko. Rangers looking for that precious opening that might just bring them an equaliser. Dado Perso. Snow gets his first touch. McGeady. McGeady for Miller, offside.
It's one of those where he should not be offside. He shouldn't be going too early there. He's got 50 yards of space in front of him and pace to burn.
Dado Perso. Sionko. Away by McManus. Papac. Bosnian international. McManus clears. Celtic waiting to bring on Maciej Zaraski. More than capable of nicking a goal, and Celtic could do with that second to make sure of things here.
Zaraski caused a different problem for the Rangers defence.
Ferguson in for Boyd. Perso. Charlie Adam. Boruc just got his fingertips to it. Back by Sionko, but no Rangers player showing interest, or perhaps thinking that Sionko was going to hook it back.
And if they had it, it would have been an easy goal.
Nobody there for Rangers. And Aidan McGeady now going on the prowl, and he slips it through for Miller. Kenny Miller! At last, a goal for Celtic, and wouldn't you just know it? It comes against his former club. It comes against Rangers.
And it's sheer relief from Kenny Miller. He plays on the shoulder, he was just about to be taken off. It just shows you. Gets in behind this time, he does time the right run well. He just pokes it between McGregor's legs, I think. But it's good timing this time. Wee poke between his legs, a great finish. He wraps the game up, I think, for Celtic. And pure relief for a man who's been desperate to score.
Phew. What kept you? Kenny Miller scores his first goal for Celtic in his 17th game for them, including pre-season, and that is a weight off his shoulders. And they were just about to take him off and bring on Zaraski, but that's on hold now because Miller is off the mark, and Celtic are all but home and dry in the first all-firm game of the season.
It just shows you the difference that 30 seconds can make in a game of football. 30 seconds too late and Miller's off the park. It's yet another game without scoring. But now he gets a goal. That was Ali McCoy that said before the game he just fancies him to score today. And would you believe it? He does just that. It's a great finish, a composed finish. All he's got to do is just poke it through McGregor's legs. He's been trying that all game to sit on the shoulder. 2 minutes before he's just caught offside. This time it's good.
Venegor of Hesseling now. Heading towards the last quarter of an hour. And a corner for Celtic, who have ruled in recent Old Firm encounters. And they are in charge again here and loving every single second of it.
But you have to give Rangers real credit. They have made an impact in the second half and tried to cause problems for Celtic.
Nakamura's gone off, so Gravison takes over the corner kick duties. Telfer. Rangers haven't managed to come up with a goal in the last 4 Old Firm games, and they've fired blanks again here. Celtic could be going 6 points clear at the top and 7 points clear of Rangers. Hearts in between the Old Firm.
I think they may still take off Kenny Miller, and what a reception he will get for all his efforts to this point for Celtic Football Club.
snow. Dado Perso now. Chris Boyd onside. Celtic need to score soon if they are planning a comeback. That would be considerable. Adams corner. And Dado Perso! It's off the line by Lee Naylor.
What a stop that is. It's an opportune time to do it as well. Could have got Rangers back into this game the last 13-14 minutes.
Kenny Miller has scored for Celtic at last. He's given a lot to the team without scoring. He's given Thomas Gravesen this.
I don't know, I do think that Gravesen is a box-to-box player, not maybe for the whole game, but he does do it at times. And this is the header from Prasho, just cleared off the line. Good defensive work from Naylor.
Well, Celtic fans have always been like this with Kenny Miller because he's given so much to the team, but he's got a goal at last. And doesn't it always happen this way? It came against his former club, Rangers. His first goal, and he hopes it'll be the first of many in those famous green and white hoops. Zarowski, more than capable of scoring himself, he is on.
Yeah, again, his work rate today has been fantastic. What an attacking option he is with a pace he can get in behind. He just works selflessly for his team. And I'm happy for him that he eventually has broken his deadlock. And he could have won this game and tied up for Celtic today.
Lee Naylor in the right place at the right time to clear Dado Perso's header off the line. Kenny Miller can enjoy the day and prepare for Copenhagen here in the Champions League on Tuesday. Wonderful, wonderful today.
I think there'll be little doubt that he will start that game after this goal. So much debate before the game whether he would start or not.
Celtic have got their goals at crucial times, but then any goal in an Old Firm game is a bit crucial and a bit more. Now singing merrily around Celtic Park. Well, later you can see all the SPL action today from 5 o'clock on Free to View Saturday. You can watch Tanta Sports 1 for nothing. And then tomorrow it's Aberdeen against Hearts, who are in between the Old Firm at the moment. That's on Tanta Sports 1 from 1. Ferguson, who seems to have shaken off that injury. Perso fouled by McManus. Quick free kick. And Chris Boyd turns off the top of the bar, and perhaps that sums up Rangers' Old Firm day.
It does, but as usual, the chances do fall to him. He's the only one that has looked like scoring today. He turns him, he just tries to keep it down, but he's losing balance slightly, leaning back. Boric is also out at him, just can't keep it down. If he can, I think it's in the back of the net. It's not quite close enough.
He hasn't scored against Celtic, Chris Boyd, either in his Kilmarnock days or at Rangers. Ndani. Perso. Ferguson. McGeady. Two centre-halves have been terrific for Celtic, McManus and Caldwell. Saraski charging towards that, and he's going to beat Smith to it. Gravison in support. Venegor of Hesselink wants the cross, but it's cut out by Hemdani. Rangers are going to make a change with Gavin Ray, who's been beset by injuries in his time. Coming on for Rodriguez, who's taken a knock. Was a slight doubt for this game, actually, and he's hobbling off now. Gavin Ray makes only his 22nd appearance in 3 injury-stricken years at Rangers. Celtic fans taunting the Rangers manager. Sionko. Magidi was under pressure. Zaraski. Neil Lennon. Immense as well today. Manus. It's gone straight up in the air from McGregor. Foul by Snow on Martin. Gavin Ray. Sionko. Perso. Perso. No support over there, but managed to deliver. Smith. Bounced off Telfer. Papac. Ray. Gravison. He's picked out Zaraski. There could be more trouble in store for Rangers. Zaraski. Oh, McGregor was spilted, and Venegor of Hesselink was loitering.
Yeah, Rangers just looking a little bit tired now. Venegor of Hesselink almost catching out McGregor.
Foul by Venegor of Hesselink on Hemdani. We're heading towards the last 5 minutes, and Celtic heading towards the 5th successive clean sheet in Old Firm games. Unless Boyd. Martin. So Rangers look a beaten side now. Hemdani. Papac. Magidi, still full of energy. Thomas Gravison did not advance. Last chance to vote for the man of the match. A few contenders for Celtic today. If you ring the appropriate number there and you're picked out as the winner, you get a signed shirt from the man of the match himself. Strachan's at Celtic on the verge of victory, although he'll be wary of the fact that last season Rangers won the first Old Firm clash and didn't score a goal since in Old Firm games. Celtic, of course, champions by some distance. Stephen Pearson waiting to come on. Thomas Gravesen is going to come off. It's been a superhuman effort again from the Dane.
Yeah, he's played really well today. I think there's a lot of players for Celtic who've played particularly well. The back four has been solid. Gravesen has been up and back, involved in so much. Lennon's been great, and so is McGeady. So many options going forward for Celtic, and here's one more in Pearson. Not a sight that the Rangers will want to see for the last 5 minutes.
Celtic maintaining their 100% home record this season, and they'll be hoping to maintain it even further when FC Copenhagen come here in the Champions League. Miscue from Adam. Well, Thomas Gravesen got Celtic going with that close-range strike in the first half. Decent Old Firm debut for Gravesen. Not quite so good, though, for Paul Le Guen, because the last 5 managers of Rangers all avoided defeat in their first Old Firm clash. Le Guen isn't going to avoid defeat here.
You cannot argue with the commitment from the Rangers team today. Far better than last week, and I'm sure that the Rangers fans will be happier with that. But of course, never happy with a defeat at Celtic Park.
McGeady's corner. Benegora, Hesselink and McManus in there. McManus gets a second bite at it.
McManus always causing problems in the opposing box. Hits off the back of Jan Vennegoor of Hesseling's back on that occasion.
What a big win for Gordon Strachan. Celtic opening up an early season 7-point gap over their Old Firm rivals.
Not only is it a big win, but it's also a big day for Kenny Miller to finally get that goal. And that will bode well for Gordon Strachan going into Europe.
There have been some encouraging signs from Rangers, but you can never take that much encouragement out of an Old Firm defeat. That is for sure. Of course, they've got Mulder next in the UEFA Cup. Kenny Miller on the mark at last for Celtic. And this tale of one city has seen Celtic strike first in the battle for supremacy in Glasgow. Although, of course, there might be other title challengers this season. Martin. Rangers just want to hear the whistle and get out of the East End of Glasgow now. They have endured torrid times here in recent history. This is going to be their 9th defeat in 11 visits. Ray Snow. Zurawski is onside. Sionko having to concede the corner. Celtic might have time for a third.
All too often today it's been a case of the Celtic forward players trying to hold their line because it's so easy to get in behind Rangers at times. That occasion it was Zurawski beating the offside trap and Clement doing his defensive duties.
McGeady's corner. Lennon. Snow. The first of 3 minutes of added on time has passed. Do Celtic fancy another? Zurawski, Stephen Pearson, Benigora Hesselink is across, but nothing doing.
That's a fear factor for Rangers even later on in this game, that Pearson can do that.
Rangers heading for back-to-back defeats in the SPL. Celtic heading for a 4th consecutive victory. More mature performance has been from Gary Caldwell and Stephen McManus today.
Yeah, they've been excellent at the centre, at the back for Celtic, answering a lot of questions today.
Pearson has won it back off Ray. Got a long way to go yet, Stephen Pearson. And he shows too much of it to Sionko. It's actually come off Pearson, it'll be a Rangers throw. And Gordon's track inside, home and dry now. And more problems for Paul Le Guen, although much improved performance from Rangers. They still haven't scored in an Old Firm game, and that's 5 in a row now. Le Guen not finding the going easy in the Glasgow Cauldron. Celtic win the first Old Firm game of the season, and deservedly so. And they've opened up a gap at the top of the table. Typical, eh? Kenny Miller has waited so long to score his first goal for Celtic. No surprise really that it should come today. It always seems to happen in football. Miller, former Rangers man, scoring against them to seal a victory for Strachan's side. Neil Lennon, colossal, alongside Thomas Gravesen in the middle. Caldwell and McManus, immense at the back. Celtic certainly had the better performers today. And of course there was a goal for Thomas Gravesen on his Old Firm debut, and McGeady caused problems aplenty, particularly in the first half. Last season, Rangers won the first Old Firm game of the season, and we all know what happened eventually, so they won't be getting too carried away. McGregor with a super save from McGeady. It was going in anyway, but Gravesen claims the goal. And phew, what a sigh of relief for Kenny Miller, his first Celtic goal, and it comes in the Old Firm game. That's football for you. Plenty for Ali McCoist and Craig Burley to ponder with Rob next. Full time, Celtic 2, Rangers.
Neil, a huge win for Celtic today, and a deserved win, would you say?
Yeah, I think on the balance of play, particularly first half, you know, the chances we created. I thought we had a stranglehold on the game for long periods today. Goals came at the right time. I think everyone's delighted for Kenny Miller. I think his overall performance was top drawer, and great to see him score. So that's a measure of him, you know, the character he has and what he brings to the team.
You seem to control the midfield, particularly in the first half. Was that crucial for you?
I think so, yeah. I mean, the manager before the game was, you know, driving in this, that we needed to get knockdowns, and, you know, that was an important phase of the game. So I think with the majority of the possession, and, you know, goals in these fixtures always change the psychology of the game, and if you can get the first one, it's a big, huge advantage, and luckily enough we got it today for us.
Rangers seem reluctant to commit men forward, particularly in the first half. Did that make it easier for you to release McGeady and particularly Gravesen?
No, it's never easy, and you know their two front men are a handful. You know I'm a big fan of Dado Perso, and Chris Boyd's, you know, one of the top goal scorers around. So I mean, obviously they had a game plan, but we just wanted to focus on what we were doing today and trying to get the ball wide to Aiden as much as we could, and try and hurt them and get round the back of them and get crosses in for Jan and Kenny.
And this win will set you up nicely for the Champions League game during the week?
Well, it puts us in good spirits, you know, but again, the psychology of that game's totally different. You know, we probably go into the game maybe as slight favourites now, so the expectation levels got a wee bit higher, but, you know, in Champions League there's no gimme, so, you know, just hope the fans are a wee bit patient with us on Tuesday night, and, you know, it's important we can try and win the game.
Well, Neil, you are today's Banker Scotland man match. Very well played.
Thanks, Stuart. Cheers. Thank you.
He did well, Neil Lennon, to beat.
Gordon, a very controlled performance by Celtic today.
Most of the game, but for 20 minutes I thought Rangers were exceptional. In that 20 minutes early in the second half, something just fell there. You've thrown me now. So when they put us under pressure for 20 minutes, I thought our back four were excellent. I really did. Two centre halves, fantastic. Full backs giving good cover, not panicking, not thrashing at things. I thought they did very, very well. So the whole team really participated but been big at different times of the game.
You seem to totally dominate the first half with Aidan McGeady at the heart of all your good play.
Oh, he was fantastic today. That'll surprise him that I said that, but he was fantastic today. And I thought he kept the ball for us at times. He ran the ball for us. He was a threat for us, and he worked back for us. He couldn't have done any more. So that was great. But we had good performances there. And Rangers had some good performances. I thought it was an excellent game of football. It's no consolation at Rangers, but I thought that was the best game of football that I've been involved in all 4 months since I've come here.
You've got Sean Maloney on the bench, champing to get on, I'd imagine. Do you think that's maybe pushing Aidan on to show his best form?
Well, and the same could be said about Bobo Baldy waiting there, you know, BT waiting there, and Derek Ryden waiting to get a game at Yarasek, you know, and there's Snow saying to any midfield player, you drop below decent form, then I'm him your job.
Team seemed to press high up the pitch for long periods of the game. Was that something you spoke about in the lead up to this match?
Well, you try, especially you've got good players who like to play in between your midfield and and your back four. But at times we just couldn't get out because of some good play by Rangers.
How pleased were you for Kenny Miller to get his first goal for Celtic today?
I think we're all delighted and relief for him, and it just shows any young striker, anybody in life, if things are not going right for you, whatever business you are, if you become a good team player, then everybody appreciates that, and that's a great thing in life when you finish playing football. When in 30 years' time we would say Kenny Miller, great team player, you'd be proud of that.
Looked like you were maybe going to take him off just before his goal.
Well, we're thinking about that because I actually thought he'd run himself to the point of exhaustion, and him and Jan. Just a pity that we couldn't get both of them off, but I felt I had to keep Jan on just for his aerial presence if we had to defend set plays.
This win today should set you up nicely because you've got some very tough matches coming up.
Thanks for reminding me. I just got over that one today, and you reminded me about that. Thank you. I was away to go home and relax as well, but now I need to worry now. Thank you.
Well done today. Thanks, Gordon.
Thank you. Ta.
I don't think he's too